Let's hit some anytime goal scorers as well as safe shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make some frickin' money. It's time for Pocket with Jo. And good morning, everyone. Jo here at SportsGrid. It's time for Pocket with Jo over here on SportsGrid TV, on X, as well as YouTube. Happy Saturday, everyone. What a great day it is here in the YYC area, and hope wherever you are, you're having nice, beautiful weather as well. Good morning, Jo. Yeah, this is going to be an intense game. Game 7 tonight, the Dallas Stars taking on the Colorado Avalanche. That is what this show is all about today. And you're right, this game might be one for the ages. I do think we're going to see the best out of both of these teams tonight. We know the Colorado Avalanche did extend this series with their backs up against the wall in that last game, coming out and getting the win in Game 6, 7-4. Now, take into account there was two pretty puck luck goals in those 7 and 2 empty netters. So 3 of the 7 goals were really good, solid goals out there for the Colorado Avalanche, but 4, I think, kind of a little bit lucky of goals. Dallas able to put up those 4. So when we look at this series and how it's broken down before we get into these bets, you got to look. Game 1, Colorado rolled into Dallas, and now they're in Dallas tonight. So Colorado won. Game 1, 5-1. It looked like this was going to be a quick series. I didn't expect it to go 7 after we saw that, but Dallas answered back. Game 2, Dallas won in overtime. Tight battle, 4-3 overtime win. Game 3, overtime win for Dallas. So then they led this series 2-1. They were able to get that win 2-1. Game 4, we saw the complete lockdown on the defensive side for Colorado. Colorado taking Game 4, 4-0. Game 5, Dallas answering back. Just the intensity of these playoff games, second to none in the postseason. I've loved this series so far. So Game 5, we saw that 6-2 win. We saw the empty netter, Dallas getting that, but with their backs up against the wall in Game 6, Colorado did answer back. So they're looking, whoever wins this game tonight will take this series and move on. You're going to see the best out of both of these teams. So where are we going to go? You guys know that I had Colorado taking this series. I wanted to hedge, but I'm not going to hedge. I do think Colorado has every ability to win it. But if you did take Colorado to take the series preseason, this could be a good hedging opportunity. I think this is going to come down to who can score first out there will set that intensity. And we've seen these teams go back and forth, trading those goals, fast, quick goals between them. And we're looking at lines right now of a 20-cent move. I can't believe this line movement, you guys. Just an hour ago, Colorado was minus 142 on the money line. At that point, starting to get a little juicy. But right now, all the way up to minus 162. I can't believe this movement. Plus 134 for the Dallas Stars as money starts coming in on Colorado. So where do you guys think you should put your money? Like, are you looking at Colorado to win the series? Are you looking to hedge because you had Colorado originally to win it and coming in on the Dallas Stars at plus 134? It is a great hedging opportunity if you had that plus money on Colorado coming in, especially if you took Colorado in 7, you would have had that with like 4-1 to your money. So depending on what you were thinking originally, it could be a hedging opportunity. Again, I'm not going to hedge this one. I had Colorado in 6 and then Colorado to take the series. So no good hedging opportunity for me there. But this total sitting at 5.5. The juice to the totals on the under 5.5. Now, we've seen these teams trade goals back and forth. I think that first period, if you want to take an under, I'd look at that first period lockdown for both of these teams to come out and look to play more cautious in that first. But there is no way I would take this full game to the under, and I'm not even sure if I can get there behind the first period to the under either, because we know both of these teams would love to get on the scoreboard really quick. I do think if the first period plays out strong, I'm going to be coming in on the second period under 1.5. And that's kind of what I like to do. Let's see how this first period goes. If we see those goals coming in the first, then we can play the second period under 1.5 goals, because I do think that will play out. If we see 2 goals, 3 goals in that first period, that second should be that lockdown. Now, if we see the opposite, we see no goals in the first period, what we're going to get is we're going to get a better number for this full game total. And that's what I absolutely want to see. I want to see this total drop down to 4.5 and then be able to bet it to the over 4.5 at that point in the live betting situations. But pre-game, I'm going to stay off the total here. I would like it to go over 5.5 before I went under because of those empty netters, because these two teams, they know whoever doesn't win tonight goes golfing. So live betting opportunity for the under 1.5 in the second period, as long as the first period starts off hot. And if the first period doesn't start off hot, live bet on the total to the over 4.5 if we see it drop that low. Now, could this be a 2-1 win for one of these teams in overtime? You take the risk of that, right? Like if these defenses lock down, if goaltending comes out how they should in a playoff style game, with them just completely getting those block shots, giving the goaltender support, we could see that. I do think overtime is in play in this one. This game is so meaningful, and both of these teams, you can trust to tie things up. So the overtime bet coming in right now, I want to make sure there's no movement on this. If we're only getting it at plus 290, I can't take it. It's still sitting at plus 330 for the overtime bet here between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. So give me the overtime bet. I do think Colorado takes the win. Again, it's getting too juicy. I wouldn't take it in reg. I do think there's some players that you have to circle tonight. So we talked about all of these players and how they've been really coming out nice and strong. We talked about Colorado going into this series, the speed out there that this team's able to play at. Nathan MacKinnon and Martin Necas are two of the fastest guys in the whole league. We know Nathan MacKinnon for Colorado is one of the most competitive out there as well. Now, if you took him for those 2+ points in the last game, you cashed. He was able to get there, but you only got him at plus 114. So we did look at Cale Makar because we got that plus money, and he got there as well. Cale Makar in the last game had 1 goal and 2 assists. And that's what I advise you guys when you're looking at these numbers in the playoffs. Look at the line mates out there and get the better value, because Cale Makar getting those assists for Nathan MacKinnon, even though they both got more than 2 points, we were able to get the better value with Cale Makar. Now, Nathan MacKinnon tonight, though, because of how competitive he is, I will take him for the goal. It's coming in at plus 130 for the anytime goal for Nathan MacKinnon. He's got 10 points in this postseason so far. So Nathan MacKinnon has been an absolute stud for Colorado. I can't deny him in Game 7 to really step up and get that goal. Now, if you want to take him for 2+ goals, you're going to get even better plus money. I think it's going to be hard to come by, but I do think it would be an angle to look at. I love Cale Makar. We hit on him for the 2+ points in the last game, got great plus money. He has 5 points in the series right now. I'm going to take him for the power play point. We are seeing these teams. Dallas converted on the power play on the last game. But Colorado didn't. They went 0-2 on that power play. The team was super physical, though. They laid out 46 hits, 48 shots on goal compared to only 26 for the Dallas Stars. But Dallas had locked Colorado down a little bit before in that Game 5. So I do think we still get those shots tonight. I do think Cale Makar has the ability to score on that power play. You're going to see special teams just come out so strong here for the Colorado Avalanche. So Cale Makar for the power play point up plus 160. Nathan MacKinnon for the goal. And let's turn to the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars here with last change. Mikko Rantanen, he is no longer silent in this series. It took him a while, right, to really get his feet in under him out there on the ice in this series. But now he's been exploding. He has 8 points so far in this series. So I love what we're seeing out of Mikko Rantanen, especially versus his former team. He wants to win here tonight, and I do think he finds the back of the net. Mikko Rantanen to light the lamp tonight, coming in at plus 230. I definitely will be hitting on, but I like Wyatt Johnston, you guys, and we know in that one game, he scored what? In the first 10 seconds, he just came flying out there on the ice. We were riding him that day for the points, and I do think you look at him again for the point today. I'm kind of cautious with the 2+ points because I really do like Mackenzie Blackwood in net, but you could see it playing out that way where Wyatt Johnston can get more than a point. The 1 point is minus 128. I think if you're going to put money on Wyatt Johnston, you take half a unit on his point, half a unit on 2+ points for Wyatt Johnston to really step up. He's been incredible this season and last in the postseason. I really like what we've seen out of him. He has 6 points, 2 goals, and 4 assists. So definitely someone who you want to make your card tonight for your betting slip. So those are the player props. Valeri Nichushkin, 2 goals in the last game. Martin Necas had a goal and an assist, both for Colorado out there. And we know there's players like Rupe Hintz here you can hit on for the Dallas Stars, but I like Rantanen, I like Wyatt Johnston. Those are my go-tos tonight, but I think this should be absolutely fantastic game. Look for Colorado to bring that speed out there. These face-offs in the last game, they were right dead split, 50-50 for who was winning those face-offs, but look for Colorado, in my opinion, to be able to come out and get the win. It's going to be a good one. Good to see you here this morning. Dallas money line. You're going to take Dallas on the money line. Okay. I can understand why. You look at the Dallas Stars, you're getting them at plus 134 here at home. Definitely is a good way to look for a team that has, these two teams are so close to each other in talent levels that they have every ability to get things done. Can't you hedge with plus Dallas plus overtime? Yeah, I could hedge this one. I really could. I don't want to. My gut really tells me if I lose this one and Dallas wins, then I'm going to be kicking myself for not hedging. But I really do think Colorado is going to close this out tonight. So because of my feeling, my gut feeling here, and then Scott Wetzel's going to make me hedge probably later. But no, at this point, I'm not going to hedge. Rantanen to haunt his old teammates in Colorado. Peter, I agree with you. I do think Rantanen is going to be so impactful today for the Dallas Stars that Colorado is going to be kicking themselves that they let him go. So that is tonight's game. To recap, I do think the Avs win. The money line has gone out of control now. I think this is an overtime game. I love the overtime bet plus 330. I'm going to take Nathan MacKinnon for the goal at plus 130. I will sprinkle a little bit on 2+ goals for Nathan MacKinnon as well. Cale Makar for the power play point at plus 160. Mikko Rantanen of the Dallas Stars for a goal at plus 230. Wyatt Johnson for the point minus 128. Wyatt Johnson for a sprinkle, 2+ points for great plus money. And Mikko Rantanen for 2+ points for great plus money as well. I think those are fantastic ways to go. Live betting, where I'm going to go with the live betting opportunities. I'm going to stay off the first period. The total of 1.5 in the first period. If we go over the 1.5 in the first period, I will come back in on the second period under 1.5. If we stay low scoring in the first period and we see that live game total drop to 4.5 at that point, I want to take it to the over. I can see this being 2-2 or 3-3 going into overtime, depending on a little bit of goaltending here. So you look at Mackenzie Blackwood, and I really do have faith in him. Now, you look at him in the last game, not pretty numbers. He stopped 22 of 26 shots on his goal, so he allowed those 4 goals. Since joining the Avs, he has a .913 save percentage of 2.33 goals against average. Jake Ottinger stood on his head in the last game, but still allowed those goals to come in. He faced 46 shots on his net. He stopped 41. It's so hard when a goaltender continues to be peppered in these games. .891 save percentage in that last game. He's allowed 3 or more goals in 7 of his past 9 starts. So that is not good. Going 3-6 in those 9 starts with an .890 save percentage and a 3.69 goals against average. It all leads me to believe we will see that higher scoring game between these two as the offenses really do have the edge. You think the goaltending edge is with Jake Ottinger? Jake Ottinger definitely has so much more experience as Mackenzie Blackwood. This is Mackenzie Blackwood's first time being under this pressure in a Game 7 elimination. So I completely understand if you guys are riding with Dallas tonight. I got to have the faith in Nathan MacKinnon out there to get it done. And you guys, that's what it comes down to. It's Nathan MacKinnon. The competitiveness of Nathan MacKinnon, I think he's the best player out there on the ice. Yes, a hockey game can't be a one-man show, but I do think Nathan MacKinnon comes out that strong. So, Kev, good to see you here this morning. And thank you, everyone, for jumping in and becoming new members. Joe's going all in on the over 5.5. And I do think, watch that number, watch the live betting situations. Now, the puck is dropping at 8 p.m. Eastern. Scott Wetzel and myself are on the grid from 4 to 8 today. I will be jumping on with Joe Ranieri before and guesting, but we'll go right before. We're getting off air right before the puck drops on this one. So please join me for those last minute thoughts as well, because I won't be able to come on here right before the puck drops. I also won't be able to do a post because I'm going to be live right till 8. So make sure you come on over to SportsGrid. Check out, even if you're not around for those 4 hours, check out the last 10 minutes. Definitely we will be covering this game and last minute looks in on this game. And then you can find out if I'm going to hedge. I really do feel 99.9% sure I am not hedging. This is like a minus 5,000 for me to hedge this one. So you guys, all the best in all of your bets. Let's make some freaking money out there on the ice. Tomorrow we will have a show as the St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets return to Winnipeg for Game 7. Connor Hellebuyck, I tell you, out there on the road, pulled in 3 straight road games in this series. Damn, I just can't believe he mentally can't get it done in St. Louis. Connor Hellebuyck back at home. The Winnipeg Jets are the favorite. The juice is starting to fly in this one. I tell you, St. Louis, with their belief, with their momentum, is dangerous. Connor is rattled. I'm really worried about Connor Hellebuyck. So Game 7 tomorrow. Winnipeg should be able to do it at home. But, man, we'll break this game down tomorrow, as well as start looking at some conference the next round. We're going to start looking at round 2. We're going to look at those matchups, and we'll start doing some previews. So make sure you stay tuned to YouTube for that. But you guys, all the best in all your freaking bets today. Let's make some money. Scott Wetzel now will be betting the NBA. Go Clippers. I got the Clippers to pull off the upset in Game 7 out there on the hardwood. We'll also be going over player props in that one. You want to get my same game parlay. It's almost 20 to 1. No, 10 to 1. 10 to 1 on my same game parlay because they wouldn't let me put the Clippers alt lines. I tried to play around with a couple things. They wouldn't let me, but join me for that. And then everything on the diamonds. We got a hot day on the diamonds. I think the ball is going to be flying today. We're going to have home run props. We're going to have it all for you guys. So I will see you all later. Thank you again for being here. It's the Nuggets. Come on, Joe. You like those Nuggets. I just don't think Jokic will be able to get enough points on the board tonight. I think we're going to see the Clippers force him into getting those assists. High on his assists tonight. St. Louis is a play. I know. It's crazy. St. Louis could get it done. So you already took the Blues on the money line. I don't blame you. That's for sure. Rantanen will make his old teammates pay for trading him. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Rantanen's going to come out really strong. And yeah, I'd love to do another show with Pharrell. So tell Pharrell I'd like to see him again. I'm sure I could tell him myself too. You guys, all the best in all of your bets. Denver, Jays, money line. You're trusting my Toronto Blue Jays today. I tell you, I don't know if I can trust my Toronto Blue Jays each and every single game. They let me down. I know Kevin Gausman is on the mound for them today, but the Guardians with Gavin Williams, I believe, is pitching today. They have the possibility. Gavin Williams being kind of shaky to start. I'm just taking that game over. You can trust the Jays. I'll take it over, and both of us should be happy in that matchup. So Mariners are on fire. Seattle Mariners. They're finally hitting Joe. So I love it. You love the Jays today. I hope you're right. As a fan, I love my Jays. As a bettor, I hate putting my money on them. So if they can get it done, they can get it done. I'll take the over. I'll probably take the Jays team total over as well with Williams getting the start because his ERA is it's above 5, right? You guys, off the top of my head, that's just a number I'm pulling out. If it's like a 3.2, then you can correct me. But I think it's just over 5. I think he's going to struggle. The Jays should hit him. Could we finally get Vladdy for that home run again? Maybe. You guys, all the best to you all in all of your bets. Let's make some freaking money. The Jays hit in the second inning. I love it. I think they probably hit in the first. Give me the Yorfie in that game. The Yorfie, the over 6 or 8, and is it 8 or 8.5? The over either way. So you guys, let's make some freaking money. I will see you tomorrow here for another Puck It with Joe. And you guys are convincing me to talk more and more baseball. I love it, though. So we'll see you later. Talk to you guys tomorrow, noon Eastern here on SportsGrid. Hit some anytime goal scorers as well as safe shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's